If you are watching this, you're one of the 98% who have not hit subscribe. Please, tap that button. This story, my story, will wreck you. Affairs, lies, death. I lived it. But we can't keep telling these truths without your support. Subscribe. Don't let this channel die. I killed someone. Not with a scalpel, but with lust. And the worst part? I would do it all again. Just to feel his hands on me one more time. My name is Nancy, and I used to believe love was a choice. Then I met Sam. It started in the operating break room, 3 months ago. His cologne, smoke and cedar, hit me before he did. You are late, I had snapped, restocking gauze. He leaned against the doorframe, scrubs clinging to his chest. You are not my wife, Nancy. His voice was a dare. We did not speak again until the night of the Collins surgery. 12 hours on our feet, sweat pooling under masks. Sam's eyes locked on mine as he sutured. Slow. Deliberate. Like he was stitching me back together. Drink? He asked after we clocked out. Not a question. A command. His Porsche smelled like danger. We didn't make it to the bar. The hotel sheets were cold. His hands were not. You are shaking, he laughed, pinning my wrists. I bit his lip. Drew blood. He liked it. We became a cliché. Call lights dimmed, on-call rooms repurposed. Once, against an EKG machine, its steady beep syncing with my pulse. Mark texted, dinner? As Sam's teeth grazed my neck. I deleted it. Then came her. Dr. Elena Carter, Sam's wife, was assigned to our operating room team. Coincidence? She smiled at me in the hallway. Innocent. Oblivious. Guilt curdled my coffee. The day it happened, we were repairing an aortic dissection. High risk. Elena assisting. Sam's hands, always steady, twitched. The patient coding, alarms screaming. Blood pooled on the floor. Clamp. Sam barked. I froze. Elena lunged forward. Sam, you nicked the... Too late. The patient flatlined. A 16-year-old boy. Later, in the supply closet, Sam pressed me against shelves. It wasn't my fault, he hissed. I believed him. But as he unbuckled his belt, all I saw was the boy's mother collapsing in the hallway. That night, I took a pregnancy test. Positive. And when Sean cornered me in the parking garage, whispering, I know what you did, I let him kiss me. Because destruction? It's easier with company. Guilt tastes like antiseptic and cheap whiskey. But shame? Shame feels like Sean's hands on my hips in the hospital basement, whispering, you are already damned. Why stop now? The boy's name was Jake Collins. His obituary called him a promising baseball prospect. His mother's screams still echo in my nightmares. Sam didn't speak to me for a week. Not until the hospital launched a quiet inquiry. Stick to the story, he ordered, cornering me in the morgue elevator. His breath smelled like mint and panic. A sudden embolism. Unforeseen. Understood? I nodded. He didn't kiss me. Just straightened his lab coat and left me staring at my reflection in the stainless steel doors, a ghost in scrubs. Mark noticed. Of course he did. You are distant, he said one night, pushing away his lasagna. Our kitchen clock ticked like a countdown. I had to lie and told him work is just heavy. He touched my hand. Warm. Steady. Safe. I jerked away like he had scolded me. Sean came for me on a Thursday. Rain slashed the parking garage as I fumbled with my keys. His voice slithered through the darkness. Nurse Nancy. Got a secret and a death wish. I spun. He leaned against his motorcycle, helmet dangling from his fingers. The anesthesiologist. The opioid thief. The man who had watched Sam's hands shake during Jake's surgery. What do you want? I hissed. Relax. He stepped closer. Rain dripped off his jaw. I am not here to confess. I am here to distract you. His mouth crashed against mine. Rough. Cigarettes and spite. I shoved him. He laughed. You want to burn, he murmured, fingers skating under my scrubs. Sam's too busy saving his own ass to play with you now. We didn't make it out of the garage. The lies stacked faster than bodies. Sam resumed our arrangement, quick, angry trysts in janitor closets. Once, he left a bruise shaped like his wedding band on my thigh. Sean was different. He brought me pills in tiny paper cups. For the nerves, he would smirk, watching me swallow. Then he would take me against the drug cabinet, vials rattling as I choked back moans. The pregnancy test sat in my purse for days. Positive. I drank bleach-black coffee until my hands steadied. Elena approached me in the cafeteria. "You look tired," she said, sliding into my booth. Her wedding glint caught the light. Sam's light. "Just trouble sleeping." She squeezed my arm. "This job eats good people. Don't let it eat you." I vomited in the nearest trash can. That night, Sean found me crying in radiology. "Poor little martyr," he tooted, tilting my chin up. "Keep this up, and someone will notice." "I am pregnant," I blurted. He stilled. Then grinned. Well. Daddy's either a lying surgeon or a faithful IT guy." His thumb brushed my lip. "Guess we will need a paternity test." "We?" "Oh, Nancy." He kissed my temple. "You don't think I would let you ruin my fun alone, do you?" The next morning, HR summoned me. Elena sat in the hallway, red-eyed, holding a USB drive. "They found security footage," she whispered. "From the operating room. They say the truth sets you free." Bullshit. The truth is a scalpel. And by the time Elena slid that USB across the table, I was already bleeding out. HR's office smelled like disinfectant and dread. Elena sat stiffly beside the director, her wedding ring digging into her clenched fist. The USB gleamed between us. "Footage from the operating room," Elena said flatly. "From Jake's surgery." My lungs collapsed. They knew. The director, a skeletal man named Peters, clicked play. The video was silent. Grainy. But clear enough, Sam's scalpel slipping. The blood. My hesitation. The boy's chest going still. "Dr. Carter claims it was an embolism," Peters said. "But this suggests negligence." Elena's face was marble. "Who else was in the room, Nancy?" "Sam. Sean. Just the team," I stammered. Sean's name hung, unspoken. Elena's eyes narrowed. "Sam cornered me in the stairwell." "You lied to them." He spat, slamming me against concrete. "You said the footage was erased." "I thought it was." His grip tightened. "If I go down, you drown with me. Tell them Sean messed with the meds. Say he killed that kid. He will never agree. Then make him." His lips brushed my ear. "Unless you want Mark to know about the baby." Sean was not stupid. He met me in the pharmacy, counting oxycodone like poker chips. "Sam's desperate," he said, not looking up. "But blaming me? Rude." "They will revoke your license," I whispered. "The opioids. The affair." He laughed. "You think I am the only one with secrets?" He tossed a pill bottle at me. "Prenatal vitamins. Found these in your locker. Who's the daddy, Nancy?" I lunged for him. He caught my wrists, backing me into shelves. "Sam's done," he growled. "But I can protect you. If you're loyal." His mouth was venom. I kissed him anyway. "Mark found the vitamins. Are you?" He stood in our bathroom doorway, voice cracking. I gripped the sink. "Yes." He hugged me, sobbed into my hair. "This is a miracle." I threw up twice that night. The hospital suspended Sam. Elena filed for divorce. At his goodbye party, Sam dragged me into a supply closet. "You did this," he seethed, fingers bruising my hips. "You killed that boy," I hissed. He slammed me against the wall. "And you loved me for it. We fucked like it was a funeral." The next morning, Sean texted. "Paternity test. My place. 8 p.m. I went. He answered the door shirtless, holding a whiskey glass. Results came early. "And?" He smirked. "Congratulations. It is not Sam." Relief flooded me. Then terror. Sean stepped closer. "But if Mark finds out it is mine?" He trailed a finger down my stomach. "Let us keep this our little secret." As I left, Elena stepped from the shadows, her phone recording. "Now this," she said coldly, is a smoking gun. The truth does not set you free. It pins you to the floor. And when Elena hit send on that recording, I didn't just lose my marriage. I lost my soul. Elena's phone glowed in the dark, the recording of Sean and me flickering like a snuff film. It is mine, his voice taunted. Let us keep this our little secret. You slept with both of them, Elena said, her voice eerily calm. And you let Sam take the blame for that boy's death. Elena, please? Please? She laughed, a hollow sound. You think I want him back? No. I want you broken. Her thumb hovered over the screen. This goes to the hospital board. To the media. To Mark. I lunged. She sidestepped, cold as steel. Try me, Nancy. I will bury you. The video leaked at dawn. By 7 a.m., it trended on Twitter. Hashtag killer nurse. Hashtag affair of death. Mark's text buzzed as I walked into the hospital. Is it true? The lobby swarmed with reporters. Peters yanked me into his office, where Sam sat slumped, stinking of bourbon. You are both terminated, Peters spat. The board's voting to revoke your licenses. Criminal charges are likely. Sam lunged at me. You ruined me. Security dragged him out, his screams echoing. She's the monster. Sean waited at my house. Mark's suitcase was gone. Sean lounged on our couch, popping oxycodone. Place is a tomb, he smirked. Get out. Or what? He stood, swaying. You will cry? Again. I slapped him. He grabbed my throat, pupils dilated. You owe me. That kid's blood? It is on your hands too. The door burst open. Police. Dr. Sean Miller, one barked. You are under arrest for drug theft. Sean winked as they cuffed him. See you in hell, darling. Mark came back for his wedding ring. He found me curled on the bathroom floor, clutching the pregnancy test. What? He whispered. I wanted to feel alive. He knelt, tears splashing the tile. Was any of it real? I could not lie anymore. No. He left. The door did not slam. It whispered. Sam's goodbye was a gunshot. They found him in his Porsche, parked at the hotel where we first fucked. A note in his glove box. Tell Nancy I loved her. Not really. Elena sent me the coroner's report. Happy now? She texted. I blocked her. The baby kicked as I stood on the hospital roof, wind clawing my hair. One step. That is all it would take. But then the test strip fell from my pocket. Positive again. This time, for opioids. Sean's last gift. Before you hear the end. If this story haunts you, do not let it vanish. Only 2% of you are subscribed. Tap that button. Like, share. Scream into the void. This channel runs on your support. Do not let stories like mine die in silence. They say rock bottom has a basement. I found it. And when I held my newborn in that prison hospital, her eyes were Sean's. His smirk. His sin. And I finally understood. Some mistakes outlive you. I vomited over the edge instead, opioids and guilt burning my throat. The test strip fluttered to the streets below. Positive. A security guard found me. You need help, he said. I laughed until I choked. Rehab was a joke. They made us chant affirmations. I am worthy. I am clean. Liars, all of us. Sean wrote me letters. Name the baby after me, one said. I burned it. Mark sent divorce papers. No note. Just a blank space where his signature used to be. Elena visited once. She brought lilies. Funeral flowers. Sam's dead because of you, she said. You leaked the video, I replied. She smiled. Cold. Clean. Justice. The trial was a circus. Prosecutors called me a reckless accomplice. The Collins family sobbed as they played Jake's surgery footage. Sean testified in shackles. Nancy knew, he drawled. She loved the danger. I did not deny it. The verdict, negligent homicide. 6 years. I gave birth in shackles. A girl. 6 pounds. Screaming. Alive. They let me hold her for 60 seconds. She smelled like hope. Like hell. Name? The nurse asked. I whispered, Grace. They took her. Foster care. My breast milk dried up in a cell. But sometimes, when the prison yard goes quiet, I swear I hear her cry. If this story shattered you, do not let it fade. Click like. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe. We are fighting to keep stories like mine alive. The algorithm is cruel. Your support is not. Thank you for everything. This concludes The Surgeon's Secret. But the channel? It is just beginning. Turn on notifications. The next story drops soon, and it is darker.